The second video never looks the same as the first video because I always think I'm going to do one video and that be it, but I end up doing two videos. So I don't know if that's going to be a regular thing for me, but who knows. I came up with a sort of topic for myself because religion is such a trend. It's such a popular hot topic thing that everyone ends up focusing on. And so I came up with this topic, and it reads, what will your Bible say about you? And what I mean by that is if you would turn into a religion, your morals, your beliefs, and your actions were turned into a religion, what would it look like? Because put yourself into, a Jesus or a what's the Muslim guy name? Elijah Muhammad and on all these other religions. Okay, if you were turned into a religion, okay, say 1,000 years from now, and someone recorded everything that you did, everything that you believed in, what would it look like? Like, what would it be? And I asked that to the people who watch this video or who come across this video, who shares this video. If you were turned into a religion, what would your Bible read? What would it say? What would you have wanted people who came after you, who follow you, what would you want them to be doing? And the reason why I even thought about that is because it's your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have children, when you have children, what do you want to train them up to be? Because that's essentially what a follower kind of becomes, is, a child of yours. So if you have a child, and you raise them in the way that you want them to be raised, what would that look like? If you could watch your child grow to 100 years old, what would you expect it to be? Like, expect their life to be? And I turned into the whole religion thing because I feel like that's a little bit more long lasting than, having a kid, because your words last longer than anything, as we've seen, even with the hieroglyphs, with the dealing with the Egyptians and things like that. So, and for me, if I ask myself that, the first thing I would want, you know, people to follow after me is compassion. Okay. Compassion. I want people to be compassionate and have sympathy and empathy for other people. And I would have to take from what I've been taught, which is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That would be like the first thing. If I had, if the Bible about me, opened up to the first page, that would be the first thing I would want people to know. Okay, people are talking. Okay, so because I live in an apartment, the walls are thin, or thin, and so yeah. Well, yeah, and I think my morals that I go by is do unto others as you have them do unto you. I really truly live by that because it was embedded in me since I was a child. Um, and my belief is that, what you put out, you get back. And it correlates to a lot of things in my life. But, I have a problem with karma. I have a huge problem with karma because I feel like I do a lot of good stuff. I do a lot of good stuff for a lot of people. Whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter to me, but I do a lot of good stuff. But if I do one bad thing, one little tiny bad thing, the karma boomerangs back so fast. Like, I'm like, dang, some people get their karma like 30 years from when they did something. But how come every time I do something, it bites me in the ass right back? So it's like I'm almost too aware of what I do. So that way, because I'm gonna say like this. Um, I was riding my bike and I happened to ride my bike in this parking lot, and I looked down because I started riding slower than I usually, because it was windy. It was like super windy for no reason. And I saw this money rolling on the ground. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. So before I stopped my bike, I had looked around and I saw a lady getting out of her car. And I'm like, oh, that has to be her money because it ain't mine. Ain't nobody else was in the parking lot. So then I get off my bike and I start picking up the cash. It was like it was nothing but $20, like $20 bills. I'm sorry, it was $20 bills. So it was a lot of money that I was picking up, and she doesn't even know. Like, and then so I get closer to her and it's a wad of cash by her, like by the back of her car. And I'm like, yo, she not even paying attention. So I'm like, yo, your money on the ground. So she runs over and she get it. And by the time she gets to it, half of it is already all over the parking lot. And this is a big parking lot. And it's a bunch of cars. So I'm like, what would have happened if I didn't ride my bike there? That lady would have been out a lot of money, yo. But also, that money could have been underneath somebody's car who probably was low on gas, low on rent. They probably could have used that money. But I say all that to say I don't feel like I got my good karma from that. And maybe I did and I just don't realize it, which that would suck. But I'm like, dang, I ain't had no good luck since I did that. And that happens to me a lot in my life. Like, I can do some good stuff for some people and I never see the return on it. Not that I'm looking for it, but I do realize, like, dang, I've kind of been hating life right now, and I've been doing good stuff for people. So how come I ain't really getting a return on it? And I mean, I'm not the one to believe in. I'm not a religion. I don't subscribe to any religion at all. So listen, if you do all this good stuff and then you have to wait until you die for it to be repaid back to you, that's some bullshit. But I mean, at the end of the day, if karma is what it is, how come it doesn't happen when it's good karma? For me, I don't know about y'all, but for me, I don't really see the good karma when I do good stuff. But when I do something bad, and it ain't like I kill people or like, do something damaging, something small, a white lie or something, it comes right back on me like, damn. But anyway, so back to the whole, like, what would you want people in the future to say that you were? What would you want them to have known about you? Is it good? Is it bad? What is your legacy going to be in the future? And I feel like now in this whole era, in this whole generation, we have so many tools, so much technology that the people in the future will know about every single last one of us because we're recording everything. We're having everything put down on a chip, on something tangible that 1,000 years from now, if they have this planet still here, but 1,000 years from now, they will know what I thought. They will know what I was doing, what I was thinking, what I was into. They will know these things 1,000 years from now because we have technology for it. Hopefully that 1,000 years from now, this stuff is still around. Who knows? They might blow the planet up. We don't know. But I'm just saying, not me, maybe 100 years from now. 100 years from now, what will people know about you? What would you want people to know about you? And where I'm at in my life right now, I would definitely want to skip this chapter. I would want people to skip this chapter, but hopefully there's a chapter after this that will make it seem like this was just a phase, a little period, not a whole, my entire life thing. Like, she was so sad all the time. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people to take that and say that was all my life was. And because even I'm pretty sure in all these religions, these saviors and these people that y'all go by and y'all swear y'all life to, I'm pretty sure they went through some dark times too. But it's not like those things are magnified and glorified and looked up to, and saying, okay, well, this is what happened. And I know in the Bible there's scriptures and there's chapters that there's some dark stuff happened, but those are other people. I'm talking about the person, the entity that everyone surrounds themselves with. Like, if what was Jesus' dark moment? Not no other people did stuff to him. Like, what was the dark moment? Like, even with, all these other religions and all these other entities, what was it? Because if these were normal people, right? If these were people that breathed, and I'm not talking about the sky daddy. I'm not talking about people that you can't see. I'm talking about people that actually lived this earth. If Jesus lived this earth, we don't really know. We don't have no proof of that. But if that all happened and you saw these people that are revered now and talked about and praised and worshiped, it's like, did they go through these things that we're going through too? And it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, then there is another side to this. There's a better side to this. And if I was to be worshiped, I mean, on a joking side, on the joking side, I would want people to like skip this chapter. But, you know, it's an important chapter, especially if I have to believe that there's going to be a better side. There's going to be the other side to this, to what I am now. Of course, I want people to know that I got out of it. I got out of the dark place and I found solutions to everything. And I changed my patterns. I changed my thinking. And now y'all can focus on this way of doing things, the right way, the positive way to do things. Oh, I caught another moment, another creative moment. I'm sorry that I stutter or mumble words because my brain is going so fast that it's hard for me to like spit it out all the way. That's why I like writing, because I can type as fast as I think. So yeah, I think this is it for me. I want to leave this because I feel it coming. I feel the bad energy coming because November is symbolic to a lot of death, a lot of misfortune, and a lot of heartache for my family right now. But I know that I'm going to have to switch gears and be the strong person because I've been sad all year. So I know this moment, this month, I'm going to have to be strong so that people can cry on my shoulders, and I have huge shoulders. So I'm going to have to have people crying on my shoulders. So I'm going to have to be strong. But I know that that wave of emotion is coming because I am an empath. So it's like, I know I have to guard myself so that I'm able to be open for other people. And it's just interesting that I'm so aware of that. And I know once I get everyone else through this moment, that I'm going to end up being, hopefully I end up being better than I am right now. But I don't know with this illness. I don't know how I'm going to be with this illness. But me just putting this in the video, me putting this out, and I can look back to it and say, okay, if I rewatch this video, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to know that I knew this was coming, so I can have another solution to this problem. And hopefully I help somebody out there, dealing with this or dealing with something similar to this, or, just showing another side of me that no one has ever seen before besides my mom. So, yeah, thanks.